Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Kasamis and Big J Curran.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's up, guys? We are very excited to announce that this podcast is now sponsored by Dead Man's Beard Co. They make incredible beard balms, beard oils, shampoos, conditioners, colognes, beard butters, awesome picks. Check them out. More on that later. But for now, here we are.
For now. Yeah.
Hi.
We're doing this on an early Sunday morning.
Early Sunday.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I love early morning shit, dude.
The Monday at 6, I liked it when we were doing it, but I definitely like the earlier Sundays and Mondays and
Yeah.
not getting out of here to go then finish my weekend.
And, yeah,
but actually
get to
being
bed
like,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, my brain's working a little bit better. It's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I fell asleep at a ridiculous time last night.
Yeah.
8 o'clock or something like that. It was
But
incredible.
the crazy part is when you said your whole family did.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine Bronson going to bed.
Oh, yeah, he was out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my kids went to that anime con that was yesterday
Okay.
at the fairgrounds. Pretty funny, man. They were all dressed up like little dorks. And
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh,
totally did
very
the thing.
cool,
They
man.
met so Pat, do you know Pat? He's a singer of Dad Brains.
Yeah.
Anyway, he is the voice of an insanely popular video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he does like voice acting.
Yeah.
And he's been doing this. It's Scaramouche. It's like some video game character, some anime video game. It's like a mobile game. And he is the most popular character ever. And he travels
Holy shit.
all around the world now doing like anime cons.
Is that why there's not really dad brains anymore?
I mean, also we're all dads, and it's hard. He has a bunch
Yeah.
of songs that are written. I guess we just got to get in and do it. But,
Cool.
But yeah, he was at it yesterday, and he totally sent me a picture of all the kids together. Which is pretty funny. So
I like
Yeah.
the dad brain videos.
yeah,
You
they're
know,
awesome.
I've watched them, and I don't normally
Yeah.
partake, but they're very 80s MTV-ish.
totally. Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, they're awesome, man. So that was cool. The kids went and did that, and they came home completely fucking wore out. So
Yeah.
literally everyone in my house basically passed out about 8:30. And I did something. My niece stayed the night, and my daughter, they're really, really tight. And I made them. We all sat down and watched Natural Born Killers last night.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. Because that is you forget how insane that
movie is so crazy.
You know what I
dude.
mean?
The one time I watched it was good enough.
Really?
Yeah,
It was
good.
my
It's a
favorite
good-
movie when I was 12 years old.
Oh, Snatch.
Yeah, but that was way later.
Oh, at 12?
It came out in 94.
12 was like meatballs.
Well, yeah, for you, you're 100.
Yeah,
you're 100
like
years old.
Stripes.
Yeah.
Stripes was. I watched Stripes the other day. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was 12 in 94, dude.
Yeah.
And when that movie came out, I was like, this is the shit. This is the. And it actually, my daughter last
Jesus
night was like,
Christ.
she's all, this actually explains a lot of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause I'm
But
such-
she liked it a lot.
She did.
I know she liked it
I
a
don't
lot.
think the kids have seen a real, like, artistically fucked up movie yet. You know what I mean? Because they're real into horror movies right now. So they're watching horror movies
Turn
and
them
stuff.
on to like the Hateful Eight or
No.
Okay.
Hateful Eight? Oh, like the Quentin Tarantino one?
anything Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I mean, they've watched Kill Bill. I know Scout's watched Pulp Fiction. But, dude, Natural Born Killers, because it's Romeo and Juliet,
Yeah.
but with serial killers.
incredible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, this movie is insane. They're like, is this like a dream or what? And I was like, this is the mind of two fucking crazy people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I forgot how good that
Dynamite.
fucking movie
It's just
is.
such a good movie.
How
man.
good is Robert Downey Jr. in that movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember him being in there? He's the journalist.
Maybe we'll watch it later.
You guys
Give it a
should.
shot,
It's on
see what it
Netflix
is.
right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I forgot he was in it completely. And then he's the journalist, right? That's
Yeah.
following him around. There's a cop that's following
Okay.
him around.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Try-
there's
yeah.
like a journalist when they get caught in prison. There's this whole prison break scene that they do. You know what I mean? Where they go through and it's like a full riot. And Robert Downey Jr.'s in it, man. And you forget how fucking good that guy is in that movie. you know?
he's just a good actor.
Yeah.
Just a really, really, really good actor. What was the one with Phoenix and was it Julia Dreyfus Jr. or the it's kind of the same thing. It's a Romeo Juliet thing where one of the best movie scenes ever with Dennis Hopper and where the Sicilians being.
Boy, I wish you could describe movies better.
I'm horrible at it. I know, but we've talked about I don't. It's the one.
I don't know.
So what's the movie with Dennis Hopper where he's sitting in the chair and oh my
Hannibal?
God. No. Who's the
Silence of the Lambs?
Jesus Christ, dude. Hold on. Still kind of the same.
Oh, that's not Hopper, huh?
Same,
yeah, that's
same.
Right. That's Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Same concept as Natural Born Killers, but on a different level, and it's another great movie.
God,
with
you
is
guys-
it River Phoenix and Dennis Hopper sits there and he's in the chair and they're about to kill him, and it's an Italian mob that's after his son, and he's sitting there and he's an Irish guy. Okay. How do you know the fucking scene, dude?
I don't know.
Do you not? None of you guys get it?
It sounds
yeah,
familiar.
where Dennis Hopper's sitting there in the chair and he knows he's about to die. He knows it's about to go down. He's gonna die. So then he goes, "Hey, look, I just want to say this." And then he sits there and looks Christopher Walken in the face, and then sits there and tells him,
"What fucking movie is that?"
Oh,
I have no idea.
So he sits there, and it's one of the greatest fucking scenes ever in fucking life, because he just sits there and he sits there and goes, let me tell you a little something about Sicilians. So you know that the Moors came through and took over Sicily, and in doing so, the Moors went through and raped and pillaged. So basically, you guys all come from N-bombs. And
Suicide Kings?
No, that's a fucking great one, though, too.
True Romance.
True Romance.
God damn it.
Yeah,
okay,
see?
yeah.
Now,
yeah.
how dumb do you feel now?
I feel very dumb.
Yeah,
I feel very
yeah.
dumb. Yeah.
See,
it's been a long time since I've seen
True
True Romance, man.
God, it's so good.
That's
though.
one of Rosie's
but the same type of.
Yes.
It's the same principle.
That 90s fucking wild.
But that scene is one of the.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the only scene I think is when Christopher Walken's talking.
There's literally people
having
screaming
to
at the
watch
screen
his
right
dad's
now.
watch stuffed up his ass for all of fucking Vietnam.
Yeah.
I've had this watch stuffed up my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that True Romance is a crazy movie.
Oh,
it's been
it's
years
so
and
good,
years
man.
since I've seen
It is so good.
Yeah.
But I need to watch Natural Born Killers again, because I do remember it being insane and
it's
enjoying
fucking
it.
demented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my kids were, the two girls were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude. That's true. 90s movies were probably some of the fucking best, dude.
Yeah, there was no.
You know?
Can you imagine Dennis Hopper trying to do a scene like he did with that? No.
Probably not, yeah.
Where it ends with him calling the guy in front of him, two white guys, and he's calling the other one an N-word.
Really?
But God, it's good, man.
Yeah.
I've been watching on YouTube. There's a series where they get these actors to go through different actors, and I can't remember the guy that played in. He played in The Hateful Eight. He played in a bunch of different. He's a fantastic, amazing actor. But I did watch with Samuel Jackson, and he goes through and just kind of talks about little bits and parts about the movies that they do.
Okay.
And so he talks about like doing Snakes on the Train and Hateful Eight and
okay.
Jackie Brown and all these different movies. And
Yeah.
I watched the two of these guys do it. Both of them were in the Hateful Eight, and they talked about it. But watching them talk about their craft and how they do the craft, how they're into the craft, and how they work the scene and how they work with the character was really, really cool to see, because you don't really think about it like what they put into being that character.
Right.
Like being the Uncle Tom in Django that Samuel Jackson did.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, to me, one of the most villainous, hated characters I've ever seen in cinema.
Right.
I mean, he played that so
Pretty gnarly,
insane,
dude, yeah. Yeah.
and just listening to him talk about the character and talk about the process, and just really, really, really good stuff, man. And it just made me just appreciate the craft and the art stuff that, and Quentin and the level that he does at direction is just, it's so insane, man.
Someone just posted a picture of Quentin Tarantino filming a new movie.
His last one?
It was in like Lake Elsinore. Yeah,
Really?
I don't know what it is, but someone was like, dude, it was like totally Quentin Tarantino on set fucking doing something. And everyone's like, oh, it's happening. I wonder what it is,
Yeah,
dude.
I was thinking about that today. So he said in an interview that I listened to, long form, that he only wants to do 10 films. And I think that this is going to be the 10th one, and
done.
it's the last one.
Yeah.
And Man, that's a loss. You know.
Yeah.
We need another good Guy Ritchie or Quentin to come out and make some good
Yeah,
films.
I don't know. I just, is
So
that
between
type
the movies,
of,
between the two, if you have a go-to that you have to go, or you're gonna go watch, do you do the Guy Ritchie or is it Quentin? Which one's your?
for me, it's Quentin.
Okay.
I mean, as much as I love everything
Yeah.
that Guy Ritchie's done,
Yeah.
Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Didn't he do Snatch? Right?
Yeah.
He did Snatch.
Yeah,
He
the
did,
greatest
I mean, they're
movie ever
all
made.
so good. But
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, for me, Death Proof alone is, that's a movie that I haven't watched in a while.
Yeah.
That is fucking incredible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, obviously, all the other ones. But Quentin Tarantino, for me, if there is one of his movies on, I will sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love. So this is us and our character again, but it's Guy Ritchie for me.
Is it really?
And it's not in any way, shape, or form. Like Reservoir Dogs isn't fucking one of my favorites ever. Like I love Reservoir Dogs, man, and they're all of them. They're all good.
Everyone,
I need to watch Kill Bill because I do not understand why it's such a big thing for
What?
everybody. I Kill Bill's good. Whatever. Reservoir Dogs is a masterpiece to me, and I need to watch Kill Bill. But everybody always, when they talk about Quentin Tarantino, they always go to Kill Bill.
Well, Kill Bill was hands down the most popular
Yeah,
movie that he ever did.
Yeah.
Especially both of them did.
but
They're
Reservoir
so
Dogs
good.
was so insane to me.
Yeah.
The whole, the storyline, and maybe it's because of the life of just watching how that they did everything and how they reacted and how they dealt with everything, and the whole thing was just fucking incredible. But that being said, if you go, hey, look, you can only watch one movie. It's either a Quentin Tarantino movie or a Guy Ritchie movie, and you can only watch one right now. That's it, period. I'm going to Guy Ritchie.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, dude. And it's going to be
Are
hard.
you? Yeah, you too? Yeah.
It's going to be really hard to pick which one. Rock and Rolla was such a good fucking
I don't even
movie,
think I've
dude.
seen that one.
It is so good, man. Watch it tonight.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
so good. Rock and Rolla is dynamite. Snatch is a family
Snatch is
favorite.
incredible, yeah.
Lock, Stock, and Two
I know.
Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
you know,
Or even like The Gentleman, that series that he put out on Netflix is
we
incredible.
need to get back into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just. And what was it? What movie was it that kind of the one where they stole the weed?
Where they stole the weed.
It was one of the later. It might have been The Gentleman. Was that the movie?
Because he did the movie and then he just did the
Okay,
Netflix
then
series.
that movie was just the way
Yeah.
the character building, the way they are, man, is just so good.
Yeah, it's really good, man. Yeah, those two, but I just don't know. What's up, guys? Today's podcast, we are very excited to announce our first official sponsor of the Get Heavy podcast is Dead Man's Beard Company. They make beard products for bearded motherfuckers. They were kind enough to send us a huge box of shit. We're very excited to have it, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up and pass it out to you guys. I know, Jay, you said you didn't want any shampoo and conditioner, right?
I have too much, but yeah.
Okay, so I got you first and foremost
Yes.
a pick, because I know your people love it.
Yes, my
Right?
people do love picks.
I got, you either have an option.
Ooh.
Here's your Obsidian Beard Balm.
Hey, real quick, I'd like to point out,
Yeah.
I like picks, and I have a few of them. I like the way that they work, and I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
This is one of probably, honestly, legitimately the best pick that I've seen.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, a lot of them, they're too big, and they're not really designed for this hair. It's a little bit more fro-ish hair, and I like this a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, this will work.
All right. We got also,
God damn, I look good.
I got you the Obsidian
Yes.
Beard Oil and
Yes.
the beard. You got either Beard Balm or Beard. Oh, that's the study. You're not going to want that one. I got that one
What's
for
this?
Kenny.
Is that like a?
The study is a different scent. It's more like a leather tobacco. Smells like a bookshelf kind of thing. Kenny, I got that for you. And Kenny, I got you some beard. There you go. We also got the beard conditioner and beard wash, which I used yesterday.
Did you
was
like
awesome.
it?
Yeah, it
Yeah?
works good. Yeah. And the beard butter for you, Kenny. All right. Cool. So. As far as it goes,
Ooh.
I've had a beard for 25 years, and I have never used beard products until the last year. It was just something that my wife got me some beard oil a while ago, and I never, ever tried it. And I tried it. I was like, this is cool, but it always kind of smells weird. You know what I mean? So I got to use this stuff this morning, and I will tell you what, my wife kept sniffing my face, which was a good indicator, right? So, Dead Man's Beard Company is amazing products. It's all natural oils. The smells and the scents are incredible. Make sure and check them out. deadmansbeardcompany.com. I'm sure you can find it online. Check them out on Instagram. Tell them that Get Heavy sent you, and maybe we'll get a bunch of more shit for free. Right?
Best
Look at
pick
that.
best pick yet.
Nice, dude.
I love this pick. I'm
beautiful.
gonna lose it instantly, so please send me a couple more.
Yeah.
I do like the smell. One of the problems I have with a lot of the beard products that I use, and I, unlike him, as you can tell, because my beard is luxurious, and his beard is.
Hey,
that.
give me that pick. Let me give it to me.
No, you don't have enough of a beard to pick it yet, buddy. So one of the things that I have a problem with is all of the stuff that we use or that I use. A lot of it smells very like old woodsy, pinesy,
Right.
tobacco-y, and that's all the descriptions are.
Totally.
You know, and a lot of it just comes out smelling hippie.
Right.
And I just do not ever in my life want to smell like a hippie if I can avoid it, you know.
Right.
But every once in a while you step in sewer. That being said, I love the smell of this. I look forward to trying it, and I'll do some videos for you guys and show you guys how to actually get your beard to look good.
Cool.
Yeah, starting with you.
If you could work on the rest of your body too, that'd be sick.
Stellar.
Specimen, dude. All right, Dead Man's Beard Co. Check them out. Tell them Get Heavy sent you.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the rest of the
hey,
episode.
real quick, too,
never
also,
mind.
so
Fuck
you
that
guys
up,
know
thanks.
I weigh 20 pounds
appreciate
less than him. But go ahead.
No, it's fine.
What's that?
Oh, 20 pounds?
30.
Uh-huh.
I was at under 250. You said you weighed 280. That's
No.
30 pounds, right?
That would be, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
correct.
so Dead Man's Beard Company, right?
Yeah, Dead Man's Beard Company. Dude, check them out. You know, if you want to get fucked up with a really nice beard, no problem, dude.
Thank you, guys. Looking forward to trying it and using it and sharing it.
Enjoy the rest of the episode. Fucking motherfucker, dude. Are there going to be those directors that push the boundaries like that anymore? You know, it's obviously seems like there's a bunch of actors right now that are starting their own like production companies. They're like as a response to all like the woke shit. Like I know like Mel Gibson and like all these actors are starting their own like production agencies essentially now, like to respond to just the. I don't know. You know, just being a wild filmmaker, it seems like it's so far gone. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, I think maybe it's just me being the optimist that I am, but it just seems like that it's starting to weasel back.
It'll come back
or work its way back towards to, you know, some more comedies coming out. I want to see. There's a new one coming out that I haven't seen yet that I really want to see. That sounds like it's pretty. You know, the guy was just on Rogan's podcast.
Okay.
And it's one of those ones where it's kind of like a Barat type situation, or where he's out there talking to people and.
Is it the Am I Racist thing?
Yes,
that guy?
yes.
Yeah, that's out already.
Have you seen it?
It's like number 2 in the nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard it's just.
I mean,
you know.
Yeah, it seems insane. The trailer looks nuts. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but it's just, I think it's really weird because it's like hard to. I don't know. It's hard to like imagine these guys pushing the boundaries again. You know what I mean? But also, Tim Dillon. Have you seen the talk show that is coming out on Netflix next week?
Yeah.
Tim Dillon is releasing a talk show called "This Is Your Country."
Yeah.
And it's like total Maury Povich, like Ricky Lake, like talk show. It's just like pure chaos on stage, and you're like, that's kind of the shit we need to get back to, man. Just like fun. He's like, he opens it with "Hello, pigs."
Yeah.
You know, like it's opening line, dude. So I don't know. I think we're going back to wild shit, but it's hard to imagine that there's going to be really crazy like directors and movies that are going to be released on a major.
There's people. There's a person or there's people somewhere that are Quentin Tarantino type
filmmakers. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
not just filmmaker. Like there's a word for it, and audio or not like an audiophile person, like where you're obsessed with movies.
Right.
Because if you listen to Quentin, that was his whole thing, that he was just completely, totally obsessed with movies. And there's somebody out there that's young and growing up. The thing is, though, is like when we were obsessed, you had to actually go sit at a movie theater and watch the one movie that was out. But like he was obsessed with all of the different directors and like into like I'm gonna watch The Birds 10 times so that I can grasp what he was doing when he was directing The Birds. You know?
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know. It's a hard thing because I kind of one of the things I was thinking about earlier is that my podcast feed is littered with fucking actors starting podcasts.
Yeah.
And it's starting to annoy the shit out of me, dude. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. And it's like, as much as I like some of the stories and shit, I just, it's honestly as a podcaster who we make no to very little money, and I'm seeing these guys come out of the gate with $10 million deals and $5 million deals assigned to fucking Wondery and all this shit. And it's like, all they are is just fucking talking to other actors and process and this and that. And it's some of it is turning me off to fucking the whole entire world. Because part of me wants my actors to just be fucking actors, dude. I just want to see them in the roles and be cool. Like, I'm not real interested in who they are. It's really weird. I don't know. It's like a total bias, probably because I'm jealous. But there's so many goddamn actors. If you're a comedian, you talk for a living. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like actors, they come through and now they're doing these like specific podcasts about their old shows that they were on, or you know what I mean? And you're like, it's just fucking driving me nuts, dude.
Is it John Bernthal?
Yeah,
the guy, like
his podcast I like a lot.
I can't do it.
No,
he's too over there, and I respect the guy, 100% respect the guy. I think he's a great actor, and she just wants to be with me.
Yeah. She is not having it here. She's like, oh my god.
The way it's too, and I know it's not what he's doing, but it just, like, his intense listening to different people talk about these different things.
Right.
Like a lot of you guys, there's like Shia LaBeouf is pretty fascinating to listen about.
Sure.
But like the story, like you guys are not, all you guys are not that interesting.
100%.
You know, and you guys got some stories that you can bring out, one or two stories that are all right. You know, but has your life has really been that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
You know, and
it's like,
and then he's literally sitting there like.
Yeah, I do like him because he talks to kind of normal people too. Like he talks to like prisoners and all kinds of like weird shit. It's not just actors.
Yeah, and again, I really do, because I've listened to his story and I've listened to him, and he's an insane actor.
Yeah, totally.
You know, was it The Punisher?
Yeah, he's the Punisher.
He was the Punisher, but was that the series he did, right? Mm-hmm. Was so good.
It was incredible.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I know Punisher was Marvel or one of those, wasn't it?
I don't know. Is it Marvel or DC? I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't matter. But it just
it must be DC because the Flash and all the
but he normally, that stuff to me kind of gets lost because it seems kind of just, it's just a contrived comic book, and I'm not into it. But the Punisher was really kind of, it was very.
It was gnarly.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it's so fucking. Well, first of all, I'm jealous. I'm just mad because these guys are coming out from day one. They have fucking a $10 million deal already. You know what I mean? You're like, so they're ruining. I mean, it's like you're ruining the chances for anyone else, because I guarantee now, all these people are selling their rights to the podcast to people. You know what I mean? To these huge corporations and shit, which we would absolutely fucking do.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
I'll sell my fucking kid for a fucking Amazon deal right now. That's fine.
You want my dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But it's just, it's really like everything when I'm like bored looking for a new podcast, it's always some fucking B-list actor and the interesting conversation he wants to have with his other fellow actors.
Yeah,
you know, and you're like, I
won't
hate
listen
you,
to it.
dude.
Yeah, I don't. My brother said, "Hey man, have you been listening to? I think it's Senseless. It's like a huge
Smartless.
Yeah, it's a huge podcast.
Yeah, Smartless.
And I no, I haven't, bro. Let me check it out. And it's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
It's three really rich white actors that sit around and talk about their life and talk to different people and do stuff. But I'm like, I want to listen to real stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I get way more into the history podcast.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets into the real underground stuff with history. You know, that gets really like the hardcore history or
Sure.
Life of the Old West is one that I've been into because they do like little short stories, but it's talking about like the Mormon stuff, dude. I listened to there's a guy, Oren.
There's a guy.
Well, no, because I didn't. I just listened to the podcast last week, and it's about this guy that was a Mormon that like was John Smith's bodyguard.
What?
Yeah. And then went on to be, what's the college, the Mormon college? BYU. He was Brigham Young's bodyguard after Smith had gotten killed. And Orrin Black something or other.
Okay.
And it super fascinating, man. Like the guy's like, he wouldn't cut his hair or his beard because that was kind of his superpower and kept him from getting killed. But man, no, you got to listen to a story though.
Shit.
But he was like he really went after and protected these guys, and like they'd like bringing him like these guys oppose us. You need to go kill them, and he would go, okay, and he would go out and kill these people and do,
That's weird.
Oh man, but an incredible. The podcast is called Legends of the Old West.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's Orrin Porter Rockwell that it is. And
all right.
Man.
And he was the bodyguard for Joseph Smith?
Yeah.
When the fuck okay, Mormonism is like less than 100 years old, I would assume,
This
right?
is back in Old West days.
So 1800s?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
150 years old at this point. Isn't that weird? Just a religion that just started? I mean, Scientology we know
Isn't
is
it
like
weird
nuts.
that everybody still thinks that the Bible's what everybody should believe and live off of, or the Quran
Are you serious?
is enough to start wars over? Or,
Are you serious? Man?
Yeah.
You know that Jesus Christ died for your sins,
Yes,
right?
he did. Yes, he did. So did a bunch of other people.
You fucking potato eating Irish fucking blasphemer.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know how. I mean,
You feel good? You feel good about where you're gonna
pretty
go?
much controlled and ran the Irish for years and ruined our country.
Yeah.
But
you feel good about where you're gonna go when you die?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Worm food.
Oh, do you really believe in nothing?
burned.
I don't think I've ever asked you about your. Do you really believe in nothing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just don't.
You think you're just done?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But I also don't
That's
care.
weird.
I don't like. I can't say I'm an atheist. I don't like study and try to disprove anything anybody else believes. I don't care. I just don't care.
I get it.
But I don't think that like I'm gonna pass away and now my spirit's gonna be with all the people that I've lost and everything's gonna be all good and we're gonna be up there in the pearly gates eating fucking hot dogs together.
That's your heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, that's what I don't see that. I don't see that there's some.
Smoke some DMT, you'll know exactly what the fuck's up.
Kidding.
I get that, but so that being said, DMT is that molecule that's in your brain that comes out when you die anyway. So is that just something that your body does to help you process and preserve that you're just gone now?
Or does it lift?
What
Is really going on?
Correct.
Have you done DMT?
Yes.
You have?
Several times.
Yeah.
And you couldn't tell by his fever that like there was some.
I want to do it
intensity
so
going on there.
bad, dude. I want to do it so fucking bad. I would love to do it a million times. Yeah. Yeah.
Very transitional.
Yeah.
I'd give it a shot.
What did you see on your DM? Can you tell? Do you know what?
Basically, that everything is connected.
Really?
Like we're all one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Energy.
Did you see the mechanical gnomes and shit like other people?
I saw some entity that was basically resonating
Mm.
some shit and like the centerpiece of all the energy together,
Mm.
connected. Similar to that depiction that the in the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you saw something like that, huh?
Yeah, what's is, and then later on is when I took humanities class and that entity was involved, and I'm like, hey, this is DMT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do it, man. I've never done it. I'd absolutely love to
Maybe
do
I
it.
need to.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to do something.
But worm food is so fucking boring, dude.
Well, and I'm not going to be worm food. I'm
Like,
stay
I always think
torched.
about, what if you just, like, what you believe is what happens? Right?
I just
mean,
don't believe.
I mean, in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, what if,
So
like,
then if
you
that's the
create
case,
your
then-
own
then
end
it-
of your own fucking
But then
life?
that just kind of proves my point that there's no God. Because if there's an almighty God that is there, that's supposed to be this all power, beautiful being that is there to take care of us, he's not going to take care of me because I wasn't quite sure, or I was, but he's going to go ahead and he's going to take care of all of these people, but you're not going to take care of these people. Like, all that stuff to me just makes me go, I
Yes.
don't need any of it. Like, I really don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as the energy, that energy is connected to us every day now. You know what I mean? Like, that's,
Can't bite the camera, dog.
that's kind of what's going on with us every day in our lives. We're all connected through energy. It's just
Yeah.
we all ignore that energy and that connection now because there's too many of us. But if we're all in a small community, we've all had the thing where, you want to take her outside? Sorry guys, hold.
No worries.
Yeah,
We got a beautiful little dog. Oh, God, she's so pretty, though.
she is very pretty, and usually she's so much better than this, but she's just on one.
Yeah.
Is it she just wants to come be with me?
You got her drunk,
Is that it?
probably.
I'm sorry, baby. Thank you.
Is that camera in position, Kenny? Mine?
She's such a good dog.
Is it lined up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. She bit the leg and moved it.
I know.
like,
When she's
Fucking
here,
dog.
if I'm gonna, if which I try not to, but I need to have her just sit here by me because she won't do all that. If
your
she's with me.
your dog will not sit down. Period. So
She sits down all the time. She
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
do
for
it
5
next
seconds.
to me. Last time she was here with me, she's fine. If she's not with me, she wants to come over and be next to me. Anyways, so
leave your fucking dog at home. How's that?
hey man, I agree with you. Like, next time I'll leave her in the car. All right, we back.
Yeah.
So, I think that we all have that energy connection that you're talking about in our daily lives today. I just think that connection gets ignored. And when you're doing the DMT, that connection should be happening now, and more people should be doing mushrooms and DMT and cannabis, so that we're all, like, you're feeling that love and you're feeling that
Sure.
connection, and then we're all one human being again, because that's gone. That is just completely gone.
I agree. The other part that's important about the process of what you experience is shedding the ego. You literally
Yes.
see yourself in third person from an outside perspective and subjectively.
Yeah, and that's like ayahuasca, DMT, peyote, like all of that stuff kind of does the exact same thing. Is it takes you to a different spot that's outside of who you are and tells you to stop with your ego.
Yeah.
Which is why we should mass dose our government.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it in
like,
the fucking in
'cause
the spa water
that's
at
the
the
whole
fucking
thing
Congress.
about the whole thing about any of it, and I don't
Yeah.
care where you're at with it. The whole thing about any of it, I mean, the whole fucking thing is all ego. The
Yeah.
whole thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
all ego. Here, Middle East, Europe,
Mm-hmm.
China, Russia, it's all ego. Everything is ego. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, one of the reasons that Putin and Trump get along so well is because they're both fucking egomaniacs, man. They're just,
Yeah, usually those
You
that
know.
wouldn't though. Usually they wouldn't.
they're not living together,
That's true.
you know?
Living together, yeah.
But they
is
respect
true.
each other when they,
Yeah.
it's easier to respect somebody that, although he is an asshole, I don't think he's a good person. I think he's an
Right.
asshole, but he at least isn't just a puppet getting controlled, obviously. I still think he's a puppet and he's controlled by somebody to a certain extent, but not to the extent that I see with Biden and Kamala, where it's just obvious that they have no connection to what's going on at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I spent many years in religion believing that if I said these magic words, I was going to go to heaven, right? Then it all fell apart. And then I spent many years just rejecting all of it, right? And as I get older, I realize that it's way funner to believe something happens.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the something is at all. I really don't care. but it's hard to imagine that there's nothing. You know what I mean? That's more of a reach than anything. You know what I mean? Just that nothing happens, right? You know, like Rosie, my wife, she has her earliest. Did I ever told you this? Her earliest memory is her choosing to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
that's
talked
fucking
about that
crazy.
not that long ago.
She has her earliest memory is her in a room surrounded by fucking entities that are in her family, like just like this weird thing.
Great, yeah. She remembers that part where you get to choose who you want to go be born with and family with?
Well, she said she was into this like space where and there was like love and you know all these feelings essentially, right? Like all these feelings, and there was also something like a very dark like what she thinks is that it was her. She was in her own past selves, essentially. And there was a family lineage. There was outside elements. There was also like extreme violence and darkness in it. You know what I mean? Like, and she thinks that literally at one point she was in a room with all the lives that she had lived before, and chose to do another one, which is like the weirdest fucking. You know, it's like her. She said it's a very vivid, the earliest memory she possibly has.
Yeah.
And she like. It was her with all of the lives she has lived in the past, like going back as far as the fucking earth has been around. You know what I mean? As far as people have been on here. And some of it was like really dark and menacing. Some of it was like fun. And she had these options to either not do it again or fucking do it again. And she chose to run it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is really, that's a weird fucking memory, man, to have, you know?
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Me neither. I just have dreams, apparently. About Kamala Harris.
Oh, dude.
Fucking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck this came from, man.
Uh-huh.
And it is absolutely fucking wacko.
Uh-huh.
And I mean so wacko because I don't really normally dream, and I never have in my life. And as I was growing up, and I'm sure I've said this before, and my brother's kind of the same way, and my mom had weird things with her as far as like mystic type shit. But my dreams growing up, if I dreamt something, then it would happen.
Sure.
Like, I would dream about it, and then all of a sudden I'd be someplace and I'd go like, "Hey, pops,
whoa.
check this out. We're gonna come around the corner and there's gonna be something right there." And then we'd go around the corner and there it is.
Wow.
And it would be something I would dream. But other than that, I really don't dream. But I've had a hard time sleeping lately because I've had a lot going on in my head. And so then I'm not getting into that sleep area. I'm living in the dream area.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really, really rough. So a couple days ago, I had just an overwhelming dream of just all the people that have passed recently. And that woke up from that just super depressed and messed up. And just, it was the day before yesterday. So yesterday was pretty emotional. Well, then last night I go to bed and I had a dream that I ran into Bert Kreischer and Leanne.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
And I don't know how this worked out, but we were all hanging out, and Leanne told Bert how she's had this thing about how she wanted to have group sex with a bunch of BBC.
No way.
Yeah.
BBC, big bearded.
Big bearded commies. And so then we're hanging out, and then all of a sudden stuff starts happening with Leanne and these dudes, and I'm hanging out with Bert.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna we were in like a big van, like a RV or something. We were all just kind of hanging out, and all this shit's going on, and I'm like, man, this is kind of weird, dude. I'm gonna go get a coffee or get something to drink. You want anything? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here and watch though. Like, all right, cool. And so then I got out and I went to go get us a drink, and when I came back, it was gone. And we were like in Big Bear or something, and
like the bus was gone or something?
Yeah, and I was like,
you got left.
Like, yeah,
you got left in your own orgy in a dream,
drinks, and I'm like, how am I going to get home now? And then I'm asking around. I'm asking people, hey, man, what happened? Did you guys see anything? And Bert, I remember Bert wasn't exactly very happy about what was going on, but he just kind of was sitting in the corner like a cuck. Yeah. Exactly, dude. Yeah, it was a trip, man.
That's a
and I
weird
remember thinking,
one,
what
man.
the fuck is all this? Probably one of the weirdest dreams I've had.
It's still in there. You're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy dream, dude.
I couldn't wait to tell you when I heard it.
Yeah,
When I woke up this
that's
morning.
a why, dude. My dream. I posted it on Instagram about the ghost of Kamala Harris. Kenny, did you see that one? Yeah, I woke up giggling at like 3:30 in the morning, dude. I was like, that is fucking ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous dream I've ever had. I think, hands down. It just made me think like I'm way too deep into politics. I think. You know?
It's hard not to be, man.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's so right there in front of us constantly. And
Yeah.
like we own, at the bar we keep track of sales and how it's been over the years. And Dave and I get talk about it usually once a week. We'll get together and kind of talk about how everything's going. And he also talks to different people around town.
Right.
And hey, how's it going for you?
Sure.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And we're down like 15 or 20%.
Really?
Over the
It's
last
just-
couple of years.
and do you think it's just
100% it's politics.
Well,
it's just
also people are fucking broke, dude.
politics. It's
Yeah.
all politics. People have been broke.
I know, but
You know what I mean? But it also is like the fear that is you're constantly inundated right now, especially, you're constantly inundated with fear. And until
Right.
the election is over, and then after the election, we'll have maybe a month or so of, if Kamala gets elected, then all the MAGA are going to be freaking out about this, that, or the other. And then if Trump gets elected, everybody's going to be
Crying
which
in the
nobody's
streets.
ever done. Well, there's a few people that have, but not for long. I'm moving to Iceland. I'm
Sure,
going to Canada.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go to Canada. Please do it.
Yeah.
Please go to Canada. That moron.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's always been like this through every election cycle.
Yeah, I
This
could
is
see
just and for every election cycle is the most important, craziest election cycle that's ever happened
Ever,
in the history of the world. And
democracy depends on this one.
yeah, yes,
I
yeah.
don't know if you know
and
that.
it didn't when
Could be the end of democracy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't, and it made no difference when Richard Nixon hijacked that election.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
it's weird. I just think people are fucking I think people are cautiously like waiting to see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's odd. I mean, I hope the bar picks up.
well,
you guys are
we're
doing
still
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
It's just we're not hitting the the.
Also,
big
there's a
parties
lot
now.
right now. There is a shitload of people that seem to be really changing their habits and behaviors right now, especially like in my friend group and stuff. There's a lot of people that are going sober. There's a lot of people that are just not like they're really. Maybe it's our age because we're all in our early 40s.
It's all demographic. It's all age.
That's fine, yeah. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in my group that are literally just changing their whole entire like lives around. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
And a
really
lot of them
considering
should
how
have
much
20
they
years
drink.
ago.
And they should have, but
You know?
it is.
And
what
who
it
am I
is.
to talk?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm still running the same game I've been running
Yeah.
since I was,
Well,
30.
there's nothing to look forward to when you die. So
No,
why
not a
not? I
fucking
guess
thing.
it actually makes more sense now.
Yeah.
How you live your life.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what, man? And the way things are going right now, it's
Yeah.
hard not to just go, fuck it.
And we find that history repeats itself. And I've just discovered yet a new way that history is repeating itself. Is that there's this new trend on TikTok right now.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you guys have seen this at all, but Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids are just starting to discover Mad Dog 2020 right
What's
now.
Gen Alpha?
Is I think my kids or King's age. So
Why
Gen,
are they learning about Mad Dog?
well, not so Gen Z, whatever.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
the ones that are like 21 right now.
Yeah.
Right. There's like this whole trend of like these younger kids discovering Mad Dog 2020 because they're making like flavors of it now.
Yeah.
It's not just fucking straight malt liquor.
No, it's always had flavors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
I
so-
mean, so Mad Dog's not new in
Oh,
any
okay.
way,
So I'm
shape, or
thinking more
form.
like the fucking
No,
Colt,
I was a
like
kid.
Colt 40.
When I was a kid,
Mad Dog.
like, I remember being in like junior high or something, and my dad making a comment about, no, man, fuck drinking Mad Dog. Like my uncle, because my uncle was a stone cold fucking drunk, and he had a bottle of Mad Dog, and my uncle would give me and my brother whatever.
So
he
it's
was
always
drinking,
been
we would
flavored
drink.
with shit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I've had it. I just
But it's one of those things. It's just it's $3 back,
Yeah.
and
it was like $1.50 back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just leads to no good.
Yeah.
And I never really got into it.
Okay.
But I didn't get into it because my dad didn't really give us much direction, but when he did, I'd listen. You know, like
Yeah,
I really did.
He's like, hey man,
You know,
stay away from that shit.
Mad Dog's not good. You know, but when I got into high school,
Yeah.
in the neighborhood I lived in, Night Train was the thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, Night Train was, you get
What
a little
was
short
Night Train?
dog. Night Train is cheap wine. You ever have Thunderbird?
No.
Oh, this is
Because you got to remember, I
this is a
didn't
whole
drink.
podcast.
I didn't drink till I turned 21.
Oh, shit.
So I like when I started drinking, 90% of what I drank was PBR, and then I would get into whiskey. And every once in a while, I would do your fucking Old English. I would do your 40s and shit like that. But the Mad Dog, I knew it was there. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't like. I don't want a fruity ass fucking drink.
No,
Right.
no.
So,
but yeah,
but it's
it was,
really funny that like these kids now are discovering Mad Dog.
and
'cause
it's just
cheap,
but it also the thing with Mad Dog, and the same thing with Night Train, same thing with Thunderbird, any of that stuff. It's a high alcohol content, super cheap,
yeah,
shitty drink.
totally.
So Mad Dog's more of a malt liquor type base, I think.
I think
but
so, yeah.
Night Train and Thunderbird are a wine base, and that's
Okay.
like 13 or 14% alcohol. And used to you get Night Train, like instead of a fifth, you get like a pint. They have we'd call them short dogs.
Okay.
And you can get a little short dog of Night Train,
Yeah,
and you just pound it.
dude.
You just it's you would
Yeah.
I remember going to 7-Eleven and stealing 4 bottles before school, dropping them down my sweats and walking out. They had to have known because I could hear them clinking as I'm walking
and
out
also,
the door.
they weren't behind the counter, right? You
No,
could
they're
just
in the
grab
no,
them
they're
off
in the
shelf.
they're in the cooler.
Yeah.
Red wine was in the cooler.
Oh, red. Okay,
Yeah.
the Night Train. Okay, got it.
And then we would go.
Before school.
Yeah, we'd go over by Paula Street and then in an alley that was where everybody would go hang out before school and smoke a joint. And
What
then
grade
right
is this?
before you, freshman year in high school.
Freshman year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'd sit there and kind of smoke a joint and sip on the wine for a little bit before we go in. And then right before you go in, you just pound that bottle.
Really?
Yeah. And then you just go pass out. Immediately, you just get in class. And Ronnie Rosales, I know you don't listen to this shit, but if you are, man, I had Ronnie for photography, and that was my first period class.
Okay.
And I would sit
That was the
there,
teacher?
and that was my homeboy Ronnie
okay.
from Oxnard. Ronnie would sit next to me, and one day he'd come to class and he'd be all trashed, and he would sit there in class and he'd just sit there, and he was passed out, but he'd sit there with his glasses and just not move. And if the teacher said something to him, I'd reach over and kind of poke him to wake him up, and he would do the exact same
Really?
thing to me. If I started to pass out or I started to look
Yeah.
like I was done, he'd
Yeah.
reach over, and you'd make it like 2 or 3 more classes, and then you just fucking
You'd bail.
walk
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Just get the fuck out. Go get some more.
I would walk into the office and tell the teacher, "Hey, I need a pass. I got to go."
Really?
And they never. I don't know what. I mean, it was maybe it's because I had a beard.
Yeah.
And I looked like a grown man anyways. But
Yeah,
I
totally.
literally would walk in, and I wish I could remember her name. I'd walk into the secretary and go, "Hey, I got stuff I got to go take care of real quick. Can you give me a pass?" She'd go, "Sure." She'd write me a pass. I'd walk right out there because I'd park my motorcycle right in front of the office, and I'd walk out and I'd hop on my motorcycle and I'd go take
And you'd
off.
split, huh?
Yeah, and I'd come back too sometimes, depending on if somebody needed weed.
Yeah, but the younger generation finding out about like bad alcohol. I mean, fire. What was it? What's the fucking
Fireball.
fireball? That's the equivalent, right? It's like because I've seen there was like a time where like adios motherfuckers were a big thing.
Yeah,
remember those?
people still do them. I watched one
God.
getting made last night.
Did
for
you
Friday
really?
night. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that like those were times that you were so fucking drunk,
Yeah. So the equivalent of Fireball would be peppermint schnapps.
Sure.
Mad Dog would be more of a because let the resident alcoholic explain this stuff.
Please.
Mad Dog is more of a Colt 45, Mad Dog, Zima. That's kind of the same type of category. Boone's Farm,
Yeah.
Boone's Farm, Night Train, Thunderbird. We used to take Thunderbird and you'd stick it in the freezer and we'd get it as cold as you possibly could, then mix it with orange juice, and we called it Thunder Juice. And that was,
Juice.
we'd sit there on the porch and sip that
Yeah.
shit. Cedric, Sean. Peppermint schnapps.
Yeah. I've had plenty of that.
That's Fireball.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent.
It's
You
so
know what I
weird
mean?
because when I was a kid, there was always kind of booze in the house. You know what I mean? Like, my mom didn't keep a lot of booze. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
most everyone that she was involved with did speed, so they were fucking,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? They were whatever. You
Yeah.
know, they did all their drinking at the bar, but there was always peppermint schnapps in the freezer for some reason. It was like every fucking household in the 90s and the 80s had for some reason, peppermint schnapps. Like someone bought a bottle, took it and went, "This is gross," and then threw it in their freezer, and it just stayed there
It
like
was a
forever.
cultural thing. Germans made schnapps. Europeans do schnapps still to this day. It's a cultural thing.
Sure.
And they still, it's something you keep in there for if you have a cold or a cough or you need something like cough syrup, you just take a shot.
Oh, okay.
So it was more medicinal.
Medicinal.
Same thing with
It's medicinal
yeah,
alcohol.
yeah. But no, same thing with Goldschlager. Or like for me, it was
Yeah.
also like whiskey and tea. Like it was part of, you just
Yeah,
had it in
like
the
a hot
fridge.
toddy.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
But there was all. I mean, even when I didn't drink 21, but we would always totally like sneak little, you know, like a
Yeah.
little bit of peppermint schnapps, and you're just like, it's so bad. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anything like it was just so funny. But to see the new kids now falling back to Mad Dog,
But they're not
and
even-
the
are they
it's the
used-
funny part is the warnings. Like
The
and
warnings
I'm
are the
gonna
best.
I'm gonna splice some videos in on this just so
Yeah.
you see some of them, but. The warnings of the older generation like us to the kids now is like, dude, you don't know what type of shit you're getting
Yeah.
yourself into right now, dude. Like, if you want to wake up in the back of a cop car with one shoe on only, drink Mad Dog
Yeah.
2020, right?
But that was also the before for a lot of my kids in my neighborhood was the night train stuff.
Yeah.
Because there was never a story that started off. Yeah, we went and went and grabbed a couple of bottles of night train, and we went and sat at the park and had a good time.
Yeah.
That was never,
Never ended
no,
like that.
No,
Yeah, totally.
me and my buddy Chris Fitz were got a couple bottles of night train, got done finished drinking them, and decided we were going to go play tag. He was in his car, I was on my motorcycle. And we were chasing each other around Lemonwood playing tag in our cars.
Really?
Oh, yeah, yeah. We
So
switched
what do you
vehicles.
just touch the vehicle and that's it?
Yeah, I had to touch the vehicle, and and we played it until we got caught. And
Really?
he was on my motorcycle, and I'd gotten into his car, and he got pulled over and got arrested. And the
No,
bike
on
got
your motorcycle?
Yeah, and the bike got impounded.
Oh,
And then
dude.
his girlfriend at the time, Jody Fitz, got my bike out of impound, and yeah, he stayed in jail.
He stayed in jail
Yeah.
over fucking
Yeah,
night train.
Yeah,
right?
just and that was just. And at a certain point in time, you realize, like, no, man, just don't. And I mean, young. Like, I
Yeah.
remember, like, sophomore year, you're like, nah, man.
I need to do
You know,
something
we
else.
do Thunderbird, but Thunderbird literally was it's like doing mimosas, pretty much.
Sure.
And we would just get a couple bottles, get it super cold, mix ice and Thunderbird and orange juice.
Thunder juice.
And just you sit there out on the porch and,
Yeah.
just sit there and talk shit on the stoop. It wasn't a porch, by the way, which I know what you guys are thinking. Like when I say a porch, you're like, you're sitting at the house at the porch. No, man.
No.
We're sitting on the stairs on the stoop.
Right,
Right
yeah.
there by Johnson's Farms or whatever it is on Channel
Yeah.
Islands.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, dude. Just the Mad Dog of all things. Like they're rediscovering this alcohol
But
because
they're
it's
not-
still
they're-
cheap.
but
it's
they're
like
not- I don't think they're
$3
drinking
now.
it.
No,
Do you-
they're drinking it.
Are they
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not
They're
good,
trying it
man.
on TikTok and shit, and they're like, "Oh my god!" You
Yeah.
know, it's like it's pretty. It's something I noticed like yesterday. I was like looking through some shit, and then I was like, "Oh, buddy, you guys have no idea the fucking dragon that you've
The
just
reaction
unleashed."
videos of the people, the
Yeah.
Gen Xers going,
Stop! You don't know what you're doing.
yeah,
dude.
this is not a
Yeah,
good
there's people.
Yeah.
Everyone's stories on that shit is incredible, man.
Yeah.
But I also had, I started drinking late, and I had my own shit. Where I'd get fucking hammered on whiskey, and like throw fucking trash in the fire, and all kinds of shit in the backyard. You know what I mean? It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
great. But you figure out pretty quick, like, this is gonna kill you. This
Yeah.
is going to kill you. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about the other day how much I miss the going to Wainimi Beach for the bonfires and hanging out in the backyard. Just, like 8 or 9 guys hanging out, and your friend would show up with just a bag of chicken.
Yeah.
Like, and not like the pack, but like the bag of chicken. And he'd be like, "Hey, I brought some chicken."
You're like,
You
"All right,
know,
okay.
yeah. And we just, and you
Get
would
some
never,
driftwood. We'll
yeah,
fucking get
well,
it
no,
going.
because we always had barbecues.
Right.
So we would just stand in the backyard and cook and drink and listen to music and talk shit to each other. And But there wasn't like there was no rice, no beans, no.
Yeah.
It was literally we had hot links, tortillas, carne asada, and chicken.
Yeah.
and
That's all
that
you
was and we just sit in the backyard and drink and talk shit.
It's beautiful, man.
All night. Yeah, it was the best,
Yeah,
man.
it was. But yeah, there's a whole generation of kids that are about to find out.
Yeah, I
which is
I
awesome.
really hope
I
that
love it, dude.
they don't.
I
You
hope
know,
they
there's
do.
plenty of good options to drink out there nowadays. You know, there's a confusing amount of options to drink
Yeah.
nowadays.
But the price point of that shit it's still like $4.
Yeah,
It's still cheap as shit, you know what I mean? For a pretty big bottle. You know what I mean? We should get some and try it on the fucking I should have brought some today. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just to try it. It's
Yeah.
been so long since I've had it. Yeah. You know. But yeah,
That sounds like a
it's
great
wild, man.
idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and then we'll make our beard product,
Beard promos?
sponsors,
Yeah.
beard promos.
Sponsored by American John Trey. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they find out, dude. It's been really funny to watch. Just everyone's Mad Dog stories or Colt 45 stories or any of
Yeah.
that. Any of that shit. It's like it never ends well. Being drunk on malt fucking liquor
Yeah,
never ends well, dude.
but like for us, it was either Mickey's or Old English. It was a lot of Old English.
Yeah.
You know, I tried some Old English, man. It's not good, not at all.
Yeah.
But
It's terrible.
it was every Friday was trying to scrounge up $5.
Yeah.
Not even $5, honestly. You know, but if I could get $5 together, that meant Friday after I got out of school, I got to go get a bean, rice, and cheese burrito and a 40 of Old English.
Right.
And I'd have to stand outside the liquor store
Yeah,
and wait
dude,
for somebody to come by that I knew would buy it for me. And most of the time, because I'm so local neighborhood, you just handed them the money,
Right.
You know, and you knew
Right.
you weren't getting change, and you
Yeah,
made
they
sure
didn't.
you gave them
They
a little
didn't
extra.
ID. I mean, they did, but like it wasn't a thing back then.
It-
Like if you wanted alcohol, all you had to do was find any homeless guy that would,
Yeah.
that you knew wasn't going to rip you off. You'd throw him an extra $5 or whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, hey, dude, you go in there, fucking, I'll give you $5 to buy me fucking blah blah blah.
Yep.
Fucking ta-da, we're done, dude. It
Yeah.
was and then you would do the deal in front of the liquor store, in front of the clerk. He didn't
Yeah,
give a
you
fuck.
didn't-
You know what I
well,
mean? Like
It
sometimes
depends.
they did.
So there was two stores. There was a 7-Eleven and there was Doritos.
Right.
And 7-Eleven was on one side, Doritos was on the other side, and the Doritos was a Filipino family.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to James Otek. And the 7-Eleven people, they didn't play.
Yeah.
They were much more obvious, like didn't let us, you know, like I would do beer runs and they'd let me get away with a beer run, but I would do the beer run by putting the money on the back side of the counter.
Okay.
So I'd go to the back side of the counter and I'd put the money down, and then I'd grab the beer and run out the door, and then they would make a production of it like they were coming after me.
Oh, then they would.
And they would, you know. And
so it
then-
was like an orchestrated event.
Yeah,
essentially.
so that they covered.
They were getting their money.
Yeah. And
That's,
they
that's actually pretty good.
never
It was like an
called the cops
unspoken.
or- yeah.
It was like an unspoken
It was
rule.
spoken.
It was.
Yeah, I was friends with these guys for a long time after 7-Eleven.
That's a
They
good
knew
run,
what was
dude,
going
honestly,
on.
yeah.
Doritos, though, they didn't pay attention to it nearly as much. Like, they just didn't pay attention to it. Like, you know, I was pretty young when I could start buying stuff from them.
Really?
You know,
Wow.
I also, again, I looked,
Yeah.
you know.
You looked 20
Yeah,
already.
yeah. But you could also just stand there, and within a half hour, somebody you knew was going to
Yeah.
come by.
Dude.
You know.
Yeah, you were so on your own when you were a kid, like back in the 90s and 80s. Well, you were in
I
the
was on my
70s.
on
No,
my own. My
but
whole
like
life.
when I
Yeah.
think about when I was a kid, it was like you were just out there, dude. Just out there
Yeah.
living. It's like you wanted something, you had to figure out how to scrounge up money. You were fucking raiding change jars. You were doing all kinds of shit. You were trying to
there's-
sell shit. Dude, I would buy like candy bars and sell them door to door just to
Yep.
get $10. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. You know, just the
Yeah.
little schemes and the little hustles that you would do to like just fucking survive was like
just
so
to get
fun.
enough money to buy a $1 burrito.
Right. Yeah,
You know, I mean, like my whole goal on a Friday afternoon was my end of the week treat was
$1
going to
burrito.
the meat market and getting it. And if the fucking treat of all treats was if I could get an extra quarter, because the burrito was 99 cents, and if you got an extra quarter, you can get cheese.
Ooh, hell
And
yeah,
that was
dude.
like,
That's a big deal.
fuck yeah, I made
big
it.
day.
You
That's
know,
a big
yeah,
day, dude.
It was, you know, and the burrito kept you full. You were done for the day, you know, because there's going to be food at home, but it's, you know, it's probably going to be a big pot of beans or something anyways. So,
Yeah.
but you got that treat, and it
Yeah.
was the shit,
It's so
man.
good,
Yeah,
dude. God, it was
99
fun.
cent. You know.
Yeah, dude, 99-cent burritos.
Yep.
I forget about that, dude.
Bean rice, no cheese. Onion cilantro.
Fucking Taco Bell had 29-cent tacos for a long time. Or
Yeah.
Del Taco, either one of them. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful times back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It
really was,
It's
yeah.
ups and downs.
Back when the Republicans were running the country, fucking Bush was out here just causing 9/11, dude. Shit was good, you know?
God. Wow. Yeah. And on that note,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fuck, dude. I think we've done it, right?
and speaking of Bush, Dead Man's Beard Company.
Dead Man's Beer Company, dude. First official sponsor of the podcast. We're very excited. Check them out. Find them online. They're shit. Incredible products.
Helping keeping your bush tamed and looking good.
That's right, dude. Yeah. Thanks so much for supporting us, guys. If you want a free way to support this podcast, all you have to do is go on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, any or all of them. Give us a like, subscribe to us, leave a comment or a review would be killer. That would be super free and awesome. Check out the Patreon. It's $3 a month. Get you these episodes unedited, at least a day early. And yeah, we look forward to working with our brand new sponsor, Dead Man's Beard Co.
Yes, sir.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.